see versus what it was before?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I think I kind of alluded to it a little bit before. We always, the matchup against Hopkins was always difficult for us previously. And I think across the board, anyone that played them, it was difficult. This school is a fantastic school, so it undoubtedly is going to attract a lot of attention. And fortunately for us, we really compete, well, first of all, against similar schools, but even Ivy League schools, and so um, if particularly if they're in interest in certain majors, I think we can really draw them to us and have them forego some of those other opportunities. And and so the quality I know is has been there. I would say the difference in what my approach is a little just straight up soccer wise, just less direct than what it was. I think the teams were really talented for years, have done really well for decades, really. I feel like there is a level that we may be able to reach that, and right or wrong, this is the way that I like to play, but that includes more possession of the ball, that includes a lot of pressing, especially high up the field, which I think was present previously with Hopkins, and 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 also includes a little bit more thoughtfulness in how to actually break teams down instead of using just strength and power. And over the course of the last two recruiting cycles, that's part of what we do, right? Is we try to find players that not only can are good fits for the school, number one, but have the capacity to play the kind of style that we see us producing. And we have metrics that we're using that are showing the kind of objectively what that means and what the next year kind of looks like and and I'm really excited about the players coming in, and I'm excited about our returners too because they've really bought into this, and we've explained it to them, and we've explained number one why we're doing it. It's not just because I like to play that way, but I think it produces a bit more, and and also just the idea of that it's a process and it's a development and it takes time. So I think we started that process, of course, this year. Um, and if you watch really specific moments of our season, you'll see moments when we were really clearly following through with that philosophy, and moments when we were kind of leaning back toward the way that it used to be or the way that it was a little bit more ingrained. And so as time goes on, that starts to shift a little bit more. And I think that's the exciting thing for me. So as I took over the job, I went and watched every game multiple times of the past year of Hopkins. So this is now 2.5 years ago, and I just make notes of things that I looked at, and then I brought that to the team. We did that film over Zoom, so I don't know how much of an impact it made, but basically breaking down those moments so that we can say, okay, here's when we do it right, and here's when we're struggling a little bit. And at the end of it, there was a little bit more. There was more moments of struggle, and I said to the team, I said, listen, all I see is opportunity. That's all I see, and all I see is room for us to grow and room for us to become better. And that's what they saw too, thankfully. And we've really followed that mantra. And it is one of our core principles too, is the growth. And so the idea of let's find out where we deficient and then just move from there, whatever it might be. But yeah, it does take time though. And so I think the short answer is we're becoming less direct. But I think the long play of this is to maintain a really powerful attacking pressing team, which they have been in the past. We're just tweaking a little bit of the way that I see that involving maybe more positions and more players that way, and building maybe deeper.